What's up everyone, welcome to episode number 10 of Cheesing with every unit to Grandmaster, and today is the first episode that we're actually in striking distance of Grandmaster MMR. I believe we're about 75 MMR away from the promotion zone. Now we do still have a good amount of units left. Some of them are going to be incredibly hard, some are going to be a bit easier. Really hope we get a little more Terran this time because our Protoss sheet is almost completely filled out, and with Terran we still have like freaking 13 units left. Let's do it. Alright, the first game of the day is against a Grandmaster Protoss, 4.9k MMR, definitely one of the stronger opponents we've had, and we did indeed get Terran. Now, what unit am I going to go for here? The last time we played with the Thor, which was an absolutely incredibly strong cheese. Kind of wish I saved that one for later because it was so strong. I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go for the Vikings. And the build I'm going to go for is the Proxy Penguin Brothers. Now, this is a very niche build. Some of you know exactly what I'm going to do. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to be doing a build called the Penguin Brothers. If you guys somehow don't know what that is, and I say somehow because I've used it a lot in my channel over the years. It's basically making Vikings and Hellbats because they both waddle. That's why they're called the Penguins. And what I'm going to do here is do a special version where I'm going to proxy everything, right? So what I'm going to try to do is fly Vikings in my opponent's base and just try to slaughter his probes. And then at the same time, I'll have a squad of heli. Oh, that's a really annoyingly early scout. Kind of could have expected that because I'm playing random, of course, but most of the time they don't actually scout that early, but it is going to be a little painful. I feel like very often in TVP, I tend to fake proxy. So when they scout me, I don't mind at all because my barracks is like chilling here or whatever. But now I'm actually proxying and I'm kind of worried that he's going to find me. But anyway, the plan is to fly Vikings into the main base, either use those as a distraction and get the Hellions in here, or use the Hellions as a distraction and get the Vikings in the main base, right? Either way, we're going to try to kill a lot of probes. Now, the reason why the Vikings are going to be the most important thing here is because Vikings are actually good. You might be surprised, but they're actually very good against early game Protoss units, in particular the Stalker, because of their bonus damage against mechanical when landed. So with Vikings, you cannot just kill the probes, you can also kill the units. So keeping the Viking count high is going to be important. I made a Marine here. I wasn't sure if I needed it, but I just want to make sure that if we get scouted, that there's not just one probe that can literally deny me swapping my buildings over forever. That would be very annoying and a little painful as well for the build. Because then I would have to make, you know, reactively 2 Marines and a Hellion instead of just being able to fly them over right away. I think I'm going to make this depot instantly, just so my opponent doesn't know that I'm not building a starport or a factory or anything at home. Like, one thing to keep in mind is from your POV and from my POV, it's really obvious what's going on, right? But my opponent doesn't know, first of all, what build I'm doing. Second of all, he might be confused about the timings. Like, maybe he doesn't know that, I don't know, this is not a Proxy 2X Marauder anymore or whatever, you know, I have no idea. People get confused. I also get confused. I tend to mind game myself a lot. Okay, so he's gonna see everything over here. I'm not quite sure if he's gonna be able to, you know, piece the pieces together, piece the puzzle together, because this is still a little bit of a weird build. Now, interestingly enough, I have an incredible amount of gas. And it's been so long that I did this build, I didn't know it was going to end up like this. Now let's see if you can get anything here. Okay, there's 2 Stalkers already. It's clearly not going to do much. What's worrying me a little bit here is that my opponent seems to have more gateway units than normal. And I think that might mean that he's just been spending all of his chrono boost on the gateway. And that's going to make it way harder to break. Let's see if I can find anything over here. Oh, definitely going to snipe 1 probe. Like, if I was him, I would just wall off the base entirely. And that would be very problematic. I'm gonna fly my barracks even. Because why the hell not? Now, okay, when I fly these Vikings in, this is gonna be extremely important here. When I fly these Vikings in, we're gonna have to check if he has the wall off first. And the reason for that is that if he has the wall... Yeah, he does have the wall off 100%. Right? Yeah, exactly. Because if he does have the wall off, then I can't land my Vikings in here because his Stalkers are there. But his barracks taking a lot of damage. I am actually That gateway's gonna die to Hellions. That is not something I would have expected. Now we can see his units are being baited back. And that's when the Vikings are gonna come into play. Exactly, this is what we wanted. The distraction has succeeded. Now I'm gonna go back to attacking this gateway. And these Vikings are just gonna keep popping off forever, pretty much. Okay, so you see the Stalkers were moving back there for a second. He's sending more units into the main base. My Vikings... Oh, they were attacking the pylon for a while. That's painful. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to kill that. Let's force the force field out. Let's see. He probably should be force fielding now. He didn't use the force field and all of his probes are here. Oh my goodness, he completely missed the force field there and he was running away. His probes from the Vikings in the main base. Okay, for a second I thought he was making a dark shrine, but he wasn't. I'm just gonna keep running back around there. He misses that force field. Oh, he actually had another one. For some reason I was about to say thank God, like it was my own force field. That's not whose side I'm on. My bad there. Now, I did use all of my Hellions for that. So I'm not going to be able to... Let's see, can I get in? Yeah, he is going to let me in. That's absolutely fantastic. These Vikings are doing an amazing job trading with these Stalkers, just like I predicted. Look at that. Actually, amazing trades there. Now, I'm going to be able to morph these into Hellbats. Not quite sure how efficient it's going to be exactly. Let's see. That's okay, very efficient apparently. Oh my god, that dies instantly. Now, he's going to move his Stalkers back down to the low ground, I'm pretty sure, and that's when my next Vikings are going to show up over there. I'm going to start attacking these probes. Hellbat's obviously incredibly good against probes over here. Viking is in the main, going to be owning these probes, and this build, it's close, guys. It is really, really close, but it's starting to look like a success. Now, I don't want to say it too early, because it is indeed extremely close. Keep in mind, I don't actually have units left right now. I have 3 units. I know a lot of those are Vikings, which is obviously a great unit. Now, it seems like... Okay, that's actually a surprising move here. And I don't think I like it by him. He's sending his Stalkers over here, but I have more than enough Vikings. I'm going to be able to depower this pylon first of all. Send this over here into the main base. That's a Stalker warping in way too close for comfort, by the way. That's going to get absolutely ravaged by these Vikings. Going to be able to pick up those Zealots pretty easily as well. And he's morphing more Zealots here because he wants to keep this pylon powered, but that is an incredible waste of money, I think, because those are going to die extremely fast. Now I'm going to get 2 Hellions in here that are going to be Hellbats right away. I can send these over here, and now his probes are actually completely stuck. He's gonna have to recall. But he's already losing so many probes. I have a couple more Vikings coming in as reinforcements. And I think we have done it with the Viking build. He cannot possibly escape this. And there we go. All right. Well, this game was only 6 minutes and 45 seconds, but it was extremely hectic. If I saw that this game was 11 minutes after this, I would have believed it. But this build is freaking awesome. As you can tell, you create so much chaos. It is very hard to execute, but it's also really hard for the opponent because this is a very solid Grandmaster Protoss at almost 4.9k MMR. And he really struggled keeping up, not really sure what he was supposed to do. He lost so many probes that he decided to go for the proxy, and that was the nail in the coffin because he allowed the Vikings to get in. Warped a bunch of Zealots next to the Vikings. It was actually pretty smart to warp Zealots instead of Stalkers because they would have died instantly, but he just didn't have enough damage. I was thinking the Stalkers maybe together with the Zealots could have been a thing, but in the end we get it done. Look at his beautiful army. If he didn't leave, these Hellbats would have freaking roasted the probes. Fantastic warm-up game. Let's keep it going. Game number 2 is against an even stronger Grandmaster Terran, and we're playing on El Dorado. And we got Terran again. All right, perfect. Now, this is exactly what we've been looking for a while now. Just a couple of nice Terran games back-to-back to kind of help fill out that sheet, whether we lose or not. Now, what are we going to do against this Terran player? I really wanted to save the Battlecruiser for playing against a Zerg. But we do still have to come up with a strategy against this Terran, of course. Let's see, we have the Liberator left, we have... I'm mostly trying to think of the high-tech units here. We have the tank left, but I think the tank is low-key one of the hardest ones, by the way, out of all of them. I'm really not quite sure how you can do, like, a particularly tank-focused build. I would have to do, like, a proxy 2-factory tank or something together with some Marines against Protoss, maybe, but against Terran is going to be a hard one to see work. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to go for a Liberator cheese, like proxy a starport, make a bunch of libs. I wonder if I can even proxy 2 starports and make some libs. I'm already seeing some lag spikes, by the way. Let's see. Singapore, yep. God, like, do I even have to check anymore? Every time it lags a little bit, I just feel it. It doesn't matter. Sometimes we play on Brazil and it's fine, but when it's laggy, high ping spikes, we're always playing in Singapore. I actually do wonder about that setting, by the way, because for the people wondering, you can choose in the settings what server you want to play on, but that setting doesn't work for Master and Grandmaster players, which kind of makes sense, because otherwise I guess the population would probably be a little too small, like you'd probably be searching forever. But it still does feel a little weird that I can play on my home server and have literally 250 ping. Like, I know maybe some of you guys that, you know, live in the bush or something have like a million ping on your home server, but I would imagine if you live in a city, you know, playing on your home server, you shouldn't be able to play on a gajillion trillion ping, but it is what it is. Is he attacking me? No, he's not. Okay. I would like to proxy a starport, but I don't know if I want to do this on 1 or 2 base. Oh, I'm so dumb, actually. This SUV is going to die. Sometimes I completely mess up my scouting timings. I'm actually... His Reaper is late. Why is it late? Look where my Reaper already is. Oh. 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 Huge. I don't... Can I actually micro this on this amount of ping? Probably not. Oh, why is he coming back? This guy's an absolute psychopath. I know we're playing on the Singaporean server, but I can still click with the mouse. There we go. Well, what do I do now? I guess I'll have to expand. And then maybe... Dude, I'm so tempted to make a starport on this reactor right now, but it's so dumb. You know what? I am dumb anyway. We're just gonna do it. I'll make like a cyclone for defense, and then I'll just go for like a double liberator. I don't think I've ever done this build. I know I've done a lot of crazy stuff over the years. I don't think I've ever done this. I don't think I've ever gone for a really fast instant double liberator. Oh, I think that's a mistake by him. An instant double liberator from home, excuse me. Now, he saved this SCV by putting it in his command center. What he's also doing is delaying his orbital command by 30 seconds, which is way, way, way more important than one SCV. So this is actually a very sizable mistake, even. I'm not exaggerating. Like, this seems like a pretty terrible mistake to me, I can't lie. That's rough. He's absolutely annihilating his own economy. And he's gonna lose it anyway! Why? Come on, at least stick to it at that point. He delayed his orbital for 30 seconds just to lose the SCV anyway. That is cruel. I feel bad for that SCV, man. He freaking locked up. He's like, okay, just stay in my cage for a little while, and then he lets him out right before the lion goes down outside the cage. Like, that's actually freaking brutal. Okay, so this game, I guess we are gonna go for a liberator-centric playstyle. Now, the reason why that's a little weird is, well, because it doesn't exist, right? We have... No, that's scan timing! Are you kidding me? That actually messed up? Why would he... Oh, God. That just ruined my entire... Well, actually it didn't, but I really wanted this to be a 100% surprise, and now it's not going to be. I saw something moving towards my base. My opponent really does seem to like scouting. That is a good thing. For him, that is. Oh, he's gonna find this with the Cyclone too. Wait, no way. Guys, he scanned and he wasn't looking at it, I'm pretty sure. There's no way his Cyclone would be standing in front of his base if he knew that I had 2 liberators like that. Now, this is gonna do a nice amount of damage. He did see me move, so I gotta be careful over here. I'm gonna do a little shift clicking. Let's see if I can get over here, and then I'm gonna make 2 more of these liberators. The follow-up here is gonna be extremely weird. Yeah, I have no idea what to do. Honestly, after this, I actually genuinely don't know. Guess I'm gonna try to hide this in the corner for a little bit. I'm not sure if I can, actually, because the Cyclone range is so absurd now. Oh, that is actually a terrible corner. How can I not go deeper into that corner? That's actually... That's a little insane, isn't it? That's such a fake. I got trolled by the map. I mean, maybe it's for the better because airspace can be very annoying, but that is actually a little crazy. Okay, now he's never gonna expect me to make my 3rd and 4th liberator, right, guys? Well, maybe he would. I don't know. I mean, at this point, he probably thinks this freaking clown... He's gonna do whatever he wants anyway. Might as well be ready for the 3rd and 4th liberator. Just gonna shift-click those into his base. Now, the scariest thing here is that he could attack me with interference matrices, which would be... Well, I wouldn't say unholdable, but I would definitely lose a bunch of SCVs for it, I would say. If he walks in with 4 Cyclones or however many he has, Matrix is the tank. I'm gonna have to pull a lot of SCVs, and that's not... How did you arrive so fast? That's not gonna be very pleasant. Wait, that... How did that arrive so fast? What the hell? That's a little shocking, isn't it? Was I talking for that long? I don't think so. Okay, I did see that he was completely absent with his units, which might mean that he is in front of my base already. You know what? I'm gonna siege 1 liberator here. Why not? Could actually work out. I'm gonna siege this liberator over here. He has the Cyclone upgrade. That's very important to note, by the way. He has the Cyclone upgrade, so we're definitely playing against a mech player. I think I just killed his Cyclone. Get absolutely forked. Oh, let me do some damage. Yeah, he's playing Cyclone Raven. This style is going to be pretty hard to go up against, I think. Wasting 2 auto turrets there. That is definitely very nice. I'm going to make some turrets over here. I'm kind of tempted to go for a planetary. I'm really not quite sure if that's useful or not. Let's see, I'm going to make another start. This is a completely different TVT from what I would normally place. And I don't even really know what the game state truly is, you know. I'm really afraid of the interference. He can even Matrix the Liberator, of course, by the way. Okay, oh, that was the Marine that was scouting earlier on. I'm not going to make a planetary there. Let's see. He's not over there yet. Yeah, the thing is, I need another tank. I think I have to fly this back. I don't want to. Here, I'm going to move my Cyclones forward just so I can kind of scrap with his Cyclones a little bit. That sounds like a decent idea. Let's see. Okay, wait. He's here, but he wasn't paying attention, so maybe I can get a couple of SCVs. Looks like we are going to get a couple of SCVs. That Liberator should have died instantly, by the way, but it didn't, so that's nice. Going to get a couple of extra SCVs. Then we have another one over here. Let's see. Oh, he's using Marines for this, which is actually kind of nice for me, because Marines are not that great against Liberators, so I'm going to be able to kill a bunch of those, exactly. It might feel like a waste, but I think otherwise, you know, my Liberator would have just died for free to a Cyclone. I just want to create as much chaos as possible, more than anything else. I'm going to get a sensor tower over here. He is over here with, indeed, the interference matrices as I expected. Now, I do have a couple more tanks up here, and it's actually going to work out nicely enough for me. He did the Cyclone at home. I'm going to be able to kill that Raven with my Cyclone, I think. Maybe even another one. That one goes down. Let's see, I'm actually going to chase because I think I can kill these Ravens. Exactly, that was going to die too. And now we're going to fall back. And I do have a Liberator coming back home, I believe. And alright, so he used a lot of Matrixes. And he didn't actually get much done. And better than that, he lost two of the Ravens, that is. So that is absolutely fantastic. Now I have more Liberators. I'm starting to wonder if I can get a Fusion Core even. Like, he's just... You know what? I think I can. I was just planning on playing like mass Liberator harassment, but my opponent is not building Vikings. And I mean, it's on a freaking tech lab, right? He could be making more Ravens, that's the most likely. I'm actually surprised he only attacked with 3 Ravens if he still has that on the tech lab, I have to say. But if he's not going to make Vikings, I can just go Liberator range and just siege his bases, which is normally something you can do against Zerg and Protoss. Obviously, there are some units that can counter that, right? Like the Corruptor or whatever Protoss makes if they have a Stargate, Phoenix, Void Ray, Tempest, you name it. But against Terran, you can't really do that because every Terran has Vikings. This guy seems to be playing with, yeah, just Cyclone Raven. So I'm starting to wonder. I need to be very careful with these 4 Liberators, but if I siege these 4 Liberators and he has enough Matrixes for them, they're gonna die in an extremely inefficient manner. He probably has a turret over... Oh, he does have a turret over there as well. That's annoying. You can tell he does have a bunch of Ravens. Okay, that turret is really annoying. I'm kind of surprised it's there, but I'm also not, because I would be the same person to make that kind of turret. The reason why I'm a little surprised is because the Cyclones with the mag field upgrade that he has are just the perfect counter. But I just know that I like moving my army around instead of keeping it at home, so I would also make that turret, you know? But it's like, at the same time, it's not 100% necessary, but I guess he's just on the same page as me. Can't really blame him for that. Let's see. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff out here. Yeah, I mean, his army does look extremely tiny, doesn't it? I'm starting to wonder if this is... Was he... Did I really do damage with the Liberator? I didn't, right? Or am I crazy? There's no way I did that much damage with the Liberators that his army is 6 Cyclones. I mean, it's definitely not 6 Cyclones, but it still gives me the vibe that it's a small army. That's the thing. This is when it gets a little tough, because... Wait, actually? I might be able to use this moment here, guys. He's clearly going to, exactly, attack over there. I'm not sure if he has the watchtower yet or not. Let's see. Oh, that's going to be a very nice volley for my tanks. Going to move them a little closer. He doesn't have the watchtower. Guys, I have 1,000,000 Liberators with Liberator range. I don't have a scan. Okay, that is just horrible. This is why I hate relying on scans. Hey, look at this. Oh my god. What's he going to do here? That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, he can interference matrix all of these, but he's just gonna... He just used all of his matrices. Guys, he just used all of his matrices out of panic, and now he has nothing left, and now I have 1,000,000 Liberator seeds in his face. There's literally nothing he can do against these Liberators, I think. Okay, this is just brutal. Look how many libs it is. He can't move. His movement this game has ended. The funny part is that I can't really... kill his buildings, but like, you know, I can kill oh, please stop doing that. I can kill everything else. Auditor is going to be very weak against these siege tanks over here. Look at this. His entire base is just gone. 2 liberators of all things. Oh, let me move those back a little bit. Here we go. I can't kill the auto turrets. This is like the only thing that's annoying. Dude, I swear he's going to have like 10 SCVs left after this. He's going to make... Look, this is going to be the best thing of all. He's making Vikings now, but liberators can actually shoot up. Sometimes you might forget that they can because they just kind of tickle. But here they kill everything. And there we go. All right, well, just... This was a very confusing TVT. I think from the moment that he scanned me, but then didn't really look at it, had his Cyclone out here, somehow caught my second Liberator, to then lose SCVs to the 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th and 7th Liberator, which I don't blame him for, because who on earth makes that many Liberators? To then him building those turrets, but still not really making anti-air, leaving me to be able to push him with my 15 Liberators just straight in front of his face. He didn't see it until I was in his base. The sheer panic that I could tell from his Raven usage. The Liberator's killing everything, including the air, just not the buildings. Beautiful Liberator game. Let's go for the final one. The final game of the day is against Jesus, a 4.4k Protoss player. Now we got Protoss as well. All right. Now which units do we really have left with Protoss? It's actually not that many. I know that we have the Stalker left, which is obviously the best one. And we have the Void Ray left. The carrier. Did we never do the proxy carrier? I don't think we did, right? Yeah, I think we have the Void Ray, the carrier, the mothership left. That is for sure. Potentially the Dark Templar as well, actually. I think Dark Templars might be the best way to go against this Protoss player over here. I think all the air units actually kind of suck against Protoss, and the main reason for that is that Blink Stalkers exist. Like, you can try, and many of you probably have tried, to just sit on air units, see if you can make it work against Protoss, just to die to someone. Don't tell me he's gonna counter rush me again. NA Protoss players, don't do the NA Protoss player thing. Do not build a pylon. But anyway, if they play Blink Stalkers, which almost every single Protoss does, like every game, in every matchup, then you're just gonna die when you build air units for the most part. You can defend all-ins with Void Rays, for example. That's a more common thing that you can do. But it's, yeah. I think we still might want to go for the DTs. He's actually gonna make a pylon there, funnily enough. It really doesn't bother me that much, I have to admit. Let's see, maybe I can do the same thing to him. No, I should have. Should have given him payback. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need to make the cybernetic score already. Is he gonna cancel that or not? He's not gonna cancel that? Oh, yes. Oh, now we still have the perfect wall. He should have blocked that cybernetic score too, honestly. That actually would have been quite nice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna proxy a pylon over here in downtown somewhere. And then I'm gonna try to make DTs from it. Now, this is a build that you don't really see in PvP at all anymore. At some point, I like doing it just because I didn't know how to actually play PvP. And what do you do when you're playing Protoss and you don't know how to play? You make DTs. Or you can rush. So one or two options here, guys. Now, maybe I can even let him see the Twilight Council. I think that wouldn't be so bad. I would consider proxying it. I also think it's kind of a cool idea to let him see the Twilight Council because Blink Stalkers are so common. Maybe I kind of want to make this an expand build, by the way. I feel like an expand build would be very, very nice here. But just try to get DTs up and then expand behind it. The thing is, Protoss players have really good scouting. Okay, I'm actually not quite sure why he built that pylon. I guess he just wants some free vision for a while. Maybe he wants to see if I'm going to make Blink. If he's going to finish that, then I will have to fake Blink over here. Which is a little annoying. Here, I was just gonna build it then, I guess. Should probably have made... Okay, he's not going to. Then I'm gonna cancel that and make a DT shrine here right away. I'm gonna go for... I kind of want to cancel that Stalker. I'm not sure if I should. Let's see. Oh, there's an... Why is there... Huh. That's interesting. Guess I'll just try and block that from entering. That's one way to scout. Sending a Zealot across the map. Oh, why the hell? Okay, I guess he just has a full wall. Whoa, what the hell? How... That Zealot has hands, man. Well, that's crazy, you know? And the depth even does bonus damage against Zealots. I know Zealots are particularly good when you're standing still. But I was like, I mean, how much damage that thing already took, there's no way. Okay, I kind of like this guy's build, actually. He's going for a Sentry expand. But he only made one unit before the Nexus and then just stayed on the high ground for a while. I do actually dig this. This kind of looks like the way I would like to do my normal macro builds, I think. This actually looks pretty nice. Okay, Warp Gate's gonna finish in time, exactly. Okay, let me try to shade in there one more time. If he's not gonna let me, then I'll just shade somewhere. Actually, I can start attacking his pylon. He's going really deep. It's something that they sometimes forget, that you can also just finish the shade even if there's a wall. Now he's gonna have to come all the way back. I see that he has a robo that I'm definitely not happy seeing. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely solid potential for this to be an absolute disaster, by the way. Because he does have the robo already. I'm kind of... You know what? I'm gonna make charge. I'm gonna be a little crazy and I'm gonna make charge behind this. Let's see. Does he have the observer already? He does not yet. Okay, that's really good vision by him. Oh! It looked like he was paying attention, but it looked like he wasn't. I'm actually not quite sure. He's blocking me out because he's making an observer, but he doesn't have enough units, guys. These DTs just hit too fast. And these pilots gonna get freaking one-shot as well. Yeah, you can try to wall it off, but it's just simply not gonna happen, honestly. He's gonna lose every single unit, I think. Can I block him? Oh, almost. Yeah, this is brutal. This is actually just brutal. That Stalker's gonna get owned. DTs are super good against probes, of course. Look at this. These probes are gonna get absolutely slaughtered. And at the same time, I'm just gonna add a couple of gateways and turn this into a freaking, yeah, charged Arcanal in. Because why that? Look, my eco is so good too. Why does this build actually look nuts? Like, I know we got in, but look at the follow-up I had here. Charge, almost done. Proxy gate ready. Going up to 6 gates. I have 34 probes. Like, this actually looks pretty nuts. Now, the thing is, I guess... Okay, here's the thing. If you play against a normal Protoss build... Oh, he was making a robo. He actually thought it was Blink. It worked. That's good. But if you play against something normal, robo, Blink, this build looks like it's very strong. If you play against a Stargate, I think you just die. So... Before you guys think, wait, this is actually unbeatable. This is insane. We invented the meta. Maybe we did, because it does look pretty good. But if they go Stargate, first of all, Oracle's really hard to defend because you need 2 Stalkers. If it's Oracles plus Adepts, then you're going to need a lot of Stalkers, which means you know, it's kind of hard to get Adepts out there to distract your opponent and stuff. Oracle's also really, really good at detecting because they can just revelate the DT and you can't even... walk away from it because they can energy overcharge the Oracle, revelate the DTs, and then kill them with the Pulsar Beam. So against Stargate, this would be terrible. Against anything else, this actually looks like it's very strong, and I'm curious. I kind of want to go out on the ladder, play some PvPs, which I'm normally never excited for, by the way. Don't really like PvP in general, but this build might give me some hope because this looks a lot of fun. But that's going to be it for today, guys. We managed to finish the Liberator, the DT, and the Viking. All awesome games. This one was a very fast game, but it was kind of brutal, disgusting in its own way. That's a lot of fun as well. And that's going to be it for today. If you guys had a fantastic time like I did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.